The Senate now wants all those individuals involved in the procurement of the managed equipment services, which were leased to counties, prosecuted. Investigation by the Senate establishing that the 38 billion Kenya shillings equipment supply project was shrouded in mystery, irregularities, and illegalities. This report by the Senate committee shows that the equipment was overpriced and some were never delivered despite payments of millions of shillings. The Senate faulting the Health Ministry for forcing counties to absorb the equipment despite their lack of adequate capacity.
The Health Ministry is yet again in familiar territory. Corruption continues to haunt Afya House, with the report by the Senate Ad Hoc Committee on the leasing of medical equipment accusing ministry officials of a role in the 38 billion shillings contract. The committee indicated that the contract was from the onset shrouded in secrecy and full of irregularities and illegalities. The Senate observed some of the equipment supplied were overpriced, substandard or undelivered. The Senate claiming no inspection was done on the equipment by relevant government agencies. President Uhuru Kenyatta launched the medical equipment leasing scheme to equip counties in 2015. The scheme that initially was to be done through the public-private partnership scheme was at last minute changed, with the Ministry of Health floating an international open tender for the supply, installation and maintenance of the equipment for 7 years, with an extension period of 3 years. The Senate in its probe indicated that the change in procurement was done to advance private commercial interests that were supply-driven rather than on need basis. The Senate committee faulting the Ministry of Health for burdening counties to take up the equipment, fully aware from a needs assessment report that some counties lacked the capacity, expertise and personnel to absorb the equipment. As such, the Senate wants the prosecution of all public officers found culpable of the irregularities and illegalities committed in the procurement of the managed equipment services. The said officers should equally be barred from holding public office. For the firms that supply the equipment, the Senate wants the entities and the persons involved in the procurement and the implementation of the program blacklisted from doing any business with both the national and county governments. Between 2015 to 2018, counties paid 95 million shillings annually for the leased equipment. This amount was scaled up for the 2018-2019 financial year, where counties coughed up to 200 million shillings. After a hue and cry from counties, the amount was reduced to 131 million shillings. Money channeled directly to the Ministry of Health, this notwithstanding whether the equipment was operational or not in respective counties. The Senate raising a red flag on this mode of transaction. The committee noting that the medical equipment leasing project was the only project where conditional grants meant for counties were reduced at source and transferred to the Ministry of Health instead of being deposited in the respective county revenue fund. While this was President Uhuru Kenyatta's brainchild to ensure uninterrupted, quality, specialized healthcare services for all across the country, the Senate indicates the project was conceived like a criminal enterprise shrouded in opaque procurement processes aimed at benefiting a few commercial interests. As such, the Senate wants EACC to further probe the procurement of the medical equipment leasing scheme and take appropriate action within 90 days and a forensic audit by the Auditor General to trail the billions involved in this matter. A section of Governor's Head protested the Health Ministry's move to force them to take up the equipment and the huge amounts of money in annual deductions when they lacked personnel or skills to operate some of the equipment. The list included ICU and radiology equipment for level 4 and 5 hospitals in counties. Samogina, Citizen TV, Nairobi.